Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Amma ba'd. Habati fillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A question was asked. I prayed salat and I had a small hole in my trousers about the size of a fingernail or a kernel of corn. What should I do? Is my salat invalid? Do I have to make up my prayers? Ibn Qudama rahimahullah ta'ala, one of the great fuqaha, the Hanbali fiqh, Hanbali madhab, he says, if a little bit of the awrah, the area that should be covered, and for a man it's between the knees and the belly button, that is considered the awrah. And then for a woman, all of her is considered the awrah. So if a little bit of the awrah becomes uncovered, then this does not invalidate the prayer. The definition of what is a lot is that which is offensive to look at. And in this case, there's no differentiation between the private parts and other parts of the awrah. What is considered as a little is that which is not offensive to see. And the judge in this regard depends on what is customary to be accepted by the one whose morals are upright, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. This is a great fa'idah from Imam Ibn Qudama, and Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah also comments about this, and many of the fuqaha in the different madhabs. So what Ibn Qudama is basically saying here is that in regards to this, it goes back to what is customary, the urf of what can be exposed. So for example, maybe in the custom of the people, it's not, definitely not in Western countries, especially in America, we have rips in the jeans. Now, we're not saying that it's okay to have big, giant gaps in your jeans, but we don't consider that customarily offensive. And this is what Ibn Qudama is saying. And this is a Sharia mas'ala, meaning it's an issue of the Shara', that the scholars mention that if there's nothing from the book and the sunnah to define like distance, for example, for the traveler, or what is considered large or small, there's nothing in the Shara', nothing in the Quran, nothing in the sunnah. So then, and then the scholars don't have a consensus on it. So this returns back to what is the urf, meaning what is customary from that people. Obviously, what is offensive in Saudi Arabia is very different than here, and what's offensive here is different than what's the custom would be in Yemen or Indonesia. So with that being said, the fact that the individual has a small hole the size of a fingernail, maybe could depend on your fingers, that could be in up to could be an inch or something, but even smaller, as the person described, then there is no harm in that, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, and especially if they didn't have the qasd. This is very important as well, that they did not have the intention to expose. They didn't say, well, yeah, I've got all these big holes in my pants, I'm going to pray. No, they didn't know, so they had no qasd with this, and this is considered small, urfiyan, according to the custom of, and as Ibn Qudama mentioned, an upright person, meaning someone of religion, not just the fasiq, not the one who's, in the club or something like this, but this is considered from the people of deen, customarily not something which is sinful or harmful to look at, meaning that it's exposing you and you're looking at, the haram or something like this. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Almighty, to accept our good and forgive our evil. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.